All right, welcome to the Punk Rock Condition, where we explore, discover, and appreciate all things punk rock. Here on today's episode, we are doing episode 1 of Lyrical Corner, where I just highlight a song that I think has some really plus lyrical content, and just do a little bit of interpreting, a little bit of dissecting. At the end of the day, just appreciate a really well-written song. So here on episode 1, we're doing a song called Brick Wall Views by the Lawrence Arms. So let's dive in. All right, here we go.
Don't break too many hearts. Don't take too many arrows in the chest. Cry comfortably. Let us all know what you're thinking. Is there a gesture I could use to clearly express? I'm at another loss for words.
Okay, so taking a look right there. Don't break too many hearts, don't take many arrows in the chest. It's just words to live by. Be fair. Cry comfortably, let us all know what you're thinking. It's like, just be honest, man. Show us who you are. And then he introduces this, is there a gesture I could use to clearly express I'm at another loss for words? Which is a fucking unbelievable lyric, in my opinion, and an amazing sentiment. And it sort of sets up the rest of the song, because that's how he's feeling. He doesn't know quite how to get something across through words. So he's wondering if there's a gesture he could use to get it across. And I think that is a phenomenal lyric. So let's keep going.
Is there a part of you that's torn, that's larger than life, that'll hold on for one more night? I've got a speech to make, followed by a big parade. North side,
They're Chicago band. North Side.
All charades go on forever. Hands tied with fool's pride in a slowly fleeing summer. Throw your hands up at the sky. No use trying to explain this.
Okay, so now we're starting to get a little bit better of an idea of where he's at. He's painting a picture, right? He's going through some shit. And he's looking back at something that's bothering him. And he doesn't know how to explain what he's going through. So he's building up to making his point.
The clouds are mirrors, I'm disguised. I'm not all that entertaining.
The clouds are mirrors, I'm disguised. He looks up at the sky, no use trying to explain this, and sees a reflection back and doesn't necessarily understand what he sees. I'm not exactly sure what he's saying there. It's poetic. I love it.
The city looks the same until you notice smaller changes. It still knows us all by name. It holds us close to its heart. It holds us close to its heart.
Okay, so that to me is him just referencing he's in a place that he's familiar with, and the things that are changing around him are happening real slowly, right? So that's kind of the way that change creeps up on you. When things look the same, but they're smaller changes that you're not noticing. But that familiar place still holds you close to its heart, even if changes are occurring. Very poetic.
All my hopes are unaligned. This diagnosis is self-designed. North side, dead eyes, all charades go on forever. Hands tied with past lives in a slowly fleeing summer. Empty rooms don't have just to talk to. Brick wall views demand uninspired afternoons.
Okay, so there we get the name of the song, right? Brick wall views. I love when bands do that, man. When they tuck the name of the song or the concept of the song in deep. Like, that's not in the chorus or anything. That's the only time he says it. But now, again, painting a little picture of a feeling of emptiness. And brick wall views. Staring at a damn brick wall doesn't inspire shit, right? So that's sort of the concept here. And now we really get into the crux of the song and the really meaningful stuff for me.
The days are flooding into months.
Talking about time passing.
The nights are staring into centuries. I've got some older pictures of people I see once every couple years. Intrigued or unamazed, you were so much different back in those days.
Okay, so now we're really to him making his point, right? Have you ever found yourself doing that? Sitting and looking at pictures of people you see once every couple of years and remembering back to that moment and going, shit, man, that's come and gone. That's come and gone. It was beautiful while it lasted, but it's come and gone. This is a very relatable set of lyrics for me. And then to say, intrigued or unamazed, you were so much different back in those days. And then he really brings the concept home here.
And now this smile has a bitter curve. And now these eyes are unenchanted. And all we see is a faded image of what we used to be. How can we relate?
Okay. That's a heavy concept, man. Now this smile has a bitter curve. Now these eyes are unenchanted, right? But the picture he's looking at, in my eyes, is there's no bitter curve on that smile of that picture of us. That was a free smile. That was us smiling in the moment, right? Unenchanted eyes. That moment we shared is gone. But there it wasn't. And this is appreciating the moment, right? But a little bit of melancholy, a little bit of a feeling of loss, of time gone by. Like when he says days are flooding into months, nights are staring into centuries. He's telling you time goes by, and then this is where you find yourself. And then he really brings it home here. So let's just ride this out. Keep in mind, right before he starts singing there, he said, how can we relate when we don't know a thing about each other anymore?
When we don't know a thing about each other anymore. When we don't know a thing about each other anymore. When we don't know a thing about each other anymore. When we don't know each other anymore. Is there a gesture I could use to clearly express I'm at another loss for words?
What a fucking great song, man. I think it's a really heavy song. I've always held it in high regard. It's always touched me. Lawrence Arms have two singers, Brendan and Chris. This is Chris. And Chris has a little more sentimentality and a little bit more something in his voice, whereas, Brendan's just a little bit like a better frontman kind of dude. I like them both, obviously. I'm a fan of the band. But this is Chris doing his thing. And I really appreciate it. Yeah, listen back to that song a couple times, see if it hits you. If you dig it the way I do, let me know. If there's any songs that you think have great lyrical content that you would like me to look at here on Lyrical Corner, drop it in the comments, shoot me an email. I'd love to check it out. We'll be doing a little bit more of this stuff. There's so many great bands out there, that have lyrics that deserve a deeper dive. So yeah, episode 1, Lawrence Arms, Brick Wall Views. See you on the next one.